Please indulge me, and I hope I don't bore you. Beneath the mohawk, underneath the tough-talking persona, is an old-fashioned mama's boy who just happens to love his mother very much. Every time I think about my mother, it sends a certain feeling up and down my body. My mother got that big, thick strap and whipped our behind. Thank you, mother, like no other. Every time that I cried, and my mother didn't know why. How can I tell my mother that I love her, I wanted my mother to know that I love her every day, not just on Mother's Day, but I love my mother on President's Day, on Election Day, on Labor Day, Independence Day, Columbus Day, Earth Day, Memorial Day, Flag Day, Groundhog's Day, April Fool's Day, New Year's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and yes, even on Father's Day, I love my mother. My mother, your mother, all mothers. My mother, your mother, all mothers. Thank God for mothers.
Wrestling fans, are you ready?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
I am the voice of the voiceless.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Sorry about your damn luck. I deserve one more match.
It's going to be the end of the world as you know it.
And welcome back, folks. This is WrestleRant Radio here on the day of May 6, 2014. Your host of the most, Graham GSM Matthews, here today. Huge show, RJ. Huge show. We had Extreme Rules on Sunday. We had a very good edition of Monday Night Raw, in my opinion, last night. Lots to talk about. So, RJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing good today.
You doing good today? Got a lot to talk about. Like I said, Extreme Rules, Raw, the Rosebud Experience, my friend. We are going around the world. The Exotic Express is on board. I'm on board. I'm ready to talk about it. But
I'm off board, but that's another rant.
That's another rant for another segment of the show. But before we get into that, and before we get into anything else, as I just played in the pre-show audio, Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. We got 5 days until Mother's Day. Our next show will come after Mother's Day. But next week, our final show on the day of May 13th, so make sure to be here for that. It's going to be huge. But before we get to that, we have Sheldon Goldberg, the promoter of New England Championship Wrestling, a company that I go to regularly on a monthly basis right here in Beverly, Massachusetts. They have their show, the Iron 8 Tournament, coming up this Saturday night with a bell time of 7 p.m. at the Cove Community Center. It's going to be huge. Make sure to check it out. Sheldon, how are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No worries. And I've been going to your shows since, I believe, October, and I was first introduced to it. I saw a forum online. I checked it out. It was really, really cool. And you guys put on the best shows here in the Massachusetts area. A lot of great stuff. So first and foremost, got to ask you the obligatory questions here. How did NECW how was it first founded a number of years back?
The company was founded in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been in business. This is our 14th year in business.
Wow.
Yeah, long time. Prior to NECW, I was involved in a company called NWA New England.
Yep.
With the late Boston bad boy Tony Rumble. When he passed away, that company went through a number of changes as far as the management and so forth of it, and I decided to go my own way, and that's how NECW came to be. And it was one of those things where if I didn't do it, I would have always thought to myself, well, what if I had done that?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I wasn't necessarily looking to be a wrestling promoter at that particular point in time, but events kind of fell into place, and there I was. So here I am still 14 years later.
Who are some of the people that you guys had through your company? I know a lot of notable names have walked through your company over the years. Can you just name a few?
Oh, tons. John Cena worked for this company before he became famous. Eddie Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Beth Phoenix. Kofi Kingston. A
lot of WWE and TNA guys.
Yeah. Nikki Roxx, who became Roxy in TNA, and so forth. And yeah, I mean, it's a long list of people who've been through our company who later became stars, or people who were stars elsewhere who got a break in America by working for New England Championship Wrestling. For example, Doug Williams had his first match in America in NECW. Also, I don't know that it was actually his first match in America, but
one of the first.
About one of his first, was a guy by the name of Fergal Devitt, who is now known as Prince Devitt in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he
might be headed to WWE too.
Yeah, he's coming into WWE. After a number of years in Japan, and he's one of the great ones, one of the best unsigned performers on the face of the planet. So you can expect big things from him in WWE, and he's probably one of the most popular and one of the biggest foreigners in Japan. So it's a long list of guys who have been through New England, guys and girls who have been through New England Championship Wrestling over the years, and our sort of place on the food chain is to be kind of a showcase. Other companies specialize in sort of booking the names, and then people come to see the names, and whoever else is on the card is on the card. But back at the time when I started the company, my feeling was that there was a hole in the industry, and that hole was to provide a place where up and coming talent, local talent specifically. I've always had this belief in local wrestling, and it was one of those situations where I would see guys, on shows, particularly those put on by the late, Walter Killer Kowalski, some of the local shows that he put on and so forth. And the show is all about the names that got brought in. And I said to myself, what if you took the names out of the equation and made the local guys the stars? Gave them the chance to run with the ball, gave them the chance to be the people that could tell a story, give them the chance to be the people that the show focused around. And while there are other people who had done sort of similar sort of things, we had a little bit of a different take on it. We wanted to do TV. We wanted to really kind of open the doors to guys and girls outside the area and so forth. So we did a lot of unique things. We had a lot of international talent over the years, as well as people just from outside the area. When we started this company, there was no Ring of Honor. There was nothing like that. So us being on the scene meant that if you were serious about being a wrestler and you were either outside the country and wanted exposure in America, or if you were in another area and just wanted to get a different kind of experience, you could come and work for us. And, we had kind of an open door sort of a thing. If you were somebody good and, we wanted, you were looking for a place to showcase your skills, I always thought it was good for the local guys to work with people from outside the area, because if you were going to travel outside the area for one reason or another, and in many cases it was sort of a lifestyle thing, guys have jobs, they had families and so forth, but it shouldn't have meant that they didn't have anything to offer as a wrestler, So that was sort of the running themes behind New England Championship Wrestling over all these years, and very proud of the body of work that we have put out over that period of time. So.
In just recent years, you guys were exposed to a whole new audience over in a TV deal, landing a TV deal with Cozy TV on Channel 62 here in the Boston area. You can watch it at 12:30 a.m. on Thursday nights or Friday mornings. And as well as your YouTube channel, over on YouTube, you guys scored a number of hits, a milestone number of hits, over 3 million. Is that correct, in 2013?
That's right. Yep, that's correct.
So landing that TV deal in recent years, as well as the YouTube thing, you guys have been exposed to a whole new audience. How did that really come about?
Well, it wasn't our first experience with television. In 2010, we did a year of television on Comcast On Demand here locally.
Okay.
we were actually supposed to be on Comcast Sportsnet. That was our original deal, but the network decided that they didn't want a wrestling show on the air, so we got relegated to Comcast On Demand. We were still in something like 2.8 million homes, and we did that for about a year, and when that contract lapsed, the people that I was in business with at the time, we decided to go our separate ways, and but my goal was to be back on television, and it was just a matter of finding an opportunity, and that opportunity came up with what is now Cozy TV. When we started, it was not Cozy TV, it was Plum TV. And, it was one of those stations in the market that, it's a small independent station. It's not really what you would call a force in the marketplace, but, it was an outlet and a broadcast outlet, and whereas we had been on Comcast On Demand before, which it was great, and we were in a lot of homes. The problem is that if you weren't a Comcast subscriber, you couldn't get it. If you had a dish, you didn't get it. If you had, Verizon, Fios, if you had DirecTV, whatever, you didn't get it. So being on broadcast meant that you have 100% penetration in the market. So while it wasn't on demand, we figured that we could cover that by just posting the shows on YouTube, and people can watch them whenever they like. But, even prior to that, we were the first company to do an original weekly, online series. And back in 2004, before there was a YouTube, before there was, Facebook, and before there was social media per se, we were doing a weekly online TV show.
On your website?
On our website, yeah. We actually, initially, we hosted it ourselves, which was a little bit difficult because we kept crashing servers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then we finally, as the world of online streaming developed, that became less of an issue, but we were really pioneers of that, and when we first started, in 2004, we got a ton of publicity, and a lot of other people imitated what we were doing. So if you see a lot of these online shows that different wrestling companies put out around the country and around the world, we were the first ones to do that. So, that's something that is a part of our legacy as well. So.
And even a decade later, you guys are still making history, like I said before, reaching that milestone 3 million hits over on YouTube in the year 2013, putting out that weekly show. Basically, you take your events and you split them up into different segments lasting about a half an hour long, posting them on YouTube as well as airing them on Cozy TV every week. So
right, the same show that airs on broadcast TV airs on YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly the same show, commercials and all.
Exactly. And anyone outside of the Beverly area that can attend the shows or has to miss a show for one reason or another can check them out on YouTube every single week, so that's always a benefit as well. But, of course, This Saturday night, we were talking a little about this before the show, but you have one of your premier events of the year, the Iron 8 Tournament, the first time it's coming back to NECW since 2010. So after a 4-year hiatus, it is coming back to NECW this Saturday night. Talk a little bit about the background of the Iron 8 Tournament. I'm really interested in the fact that, before you even get talking, I just want to explain the rules of the Iron 8. First of all, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you have a series of matches. It's an 8-man tournament. And then the winners of those 4 matches will advance to the main event, a 45-minute Iron Man match. And the winner of that matchup will be crowned the Iron Man of 2014. So I just want to get your insight on that. How did that really come about, and how it really makes you guys unique as a company?
Well, as an independent company, we were looking for things to do that made us unique and made us special. And one of those things would be to create sort of a signature event, or a multiple number of signature events. But in this case, I was looking for the first signature event. We have an anniversary show every year, which is kind of obvious. There's nothing really unique or special about an anniversary show other than it's an anniversary.
Yeah.
But back in 2003, on our 3rd anniversary, Kevin Kelly, the same Kevin Kelly who is now with Ring of Honor and who was a WWE announcer back in the day, Kevin at the time was helping to book New England Championship Wrestling. And he had come up with a main event for our third anniversary, which was a 4-way, 45-minute Iron Man match for the NECW Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And the match was so unique and was such a success athletically and artistically as a match that, giving it some thought, it sort of rang in my head that there was the kernel of an idea there that our signature event could be something like this, but that Iron Man match be the culmination of an earlier competition to get into that Iron Man match.
Mm-hmm.
When we first did the Iron 8, which was in 2005, it was a 2-night event. And I quickly learned, it took me 2 years, but quickly learned that was not a very good idea, that people would just wait until the second night to see who was going to be in the final and see who was going to win the thing.
Yep.
So in 2006, we made it a 1-night event. And that's when it really gelled and really became the event that it had the promise to be. So,
yep.
And it's a pretty unique event. Just 8 guys, competing in a round of singles matches, and then the winners go on to face each other in a 4-way, 45-minute Iron Man match. And this year, it's actually there's a little bit of a twist. Our champion, the NECW Heavyweight Champion, Slick Wagner Brown, is down with an injury. He has a knee injury that is going to require surgery. In fact, he just had that surgery, which was successful, but he's going to be out rehabbing that injury for probably the better part of a year.
Yep.
So what we decided to do is the winner of the Iron 8 this year will also become the new NECW Heavyweight Champion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot at stake this coming Saturday night. It's going to be interesting in a lot of respects. The Iron 8 was also always a place for us to bring talent in from outside the company.
Yeah.
To sort of see how the NECW guys compete against guys who are outside the company. It's a chance for our fans to see people that they don't normally get to see.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought, in the early days of NECW, it was quite an open door. You never know who you were going to see. If John Cena was going to be on one show, or Frankie Kazarian, or Sumiya Sakai from Japan. I mean, she had her American debut in our company. I mean, you never knew who was going to be there or what was going to happen. Or there'd always be somebody unique and different that you didn't see anyplace else. And so this sort of continues that theme, and it's a way for us to showcase people from outside the area that we may want to bring in on a more regular basis. Mm-hmm. So people who are coming on Saturday night, there are 3 guys from outside of the company who I think are really worth going out of your way to see. One is a guy from upstate New York by the name of Jay Freddy, mm-hmm. who competes for the 2CW promotion. He was a former 2CW champion. 2CW's out of Syracuse, New York.
Yep.
Jay has wrestled around here for other companies, but never for us before. I think he's really an outstanding competitor and a great athlete, and somebody that I think our fans are really, really going to like. And the other 2 made one previous visit to New England Championship Wrestling back in February. They mostly wrestle down south, and they are Damian Wayne and a young guy who goes by the name of Dirty Money.
And they were on one of the recent shows, too, a couple months ago.
Yes. 2 very outstanding talents,
mm-hmm.
Really, really outstanding talents. Our fans really, really appreciated their efforts, and
they had a great match.
I thought, what better way to bring them back than to have them featured in the Iron 8. So, mm-hmm. Damian Wayne, I think, is one of the great stars, one of the most underrated talents in the country, and Dirty Money's not very far behind in that respect. I think that they're 2 just outstanding guys, and having them back in the company is going to be a real treat for all of us. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Just as you mentioned that, I remember their matchup that they had a couple months ago for the DAWG, the Dog Championship.
Right. Great
matchup. By far one of the matches of the night. Like you said, 2 tremendous performers. Looking forward to seeing them on Saturday in the Iron 8 tournament. A very unique idea, like I said before, to NECW. And the fact, and I was going to ask you about this too with SWB. I heard that the news broke last week that he had to vacate his championship, like you said, due to the injury. So, of course, it's very unfortunate for SWB, but the timing couldn't be better with the Iron 8 tournament happening this Saturday, and it's the perfect time to crown a new NECW World Heavyweight Champion. So it's going to be great. And, of course, before we let you go, I just want to get one last question in there. What are your future goals as a company going forward? I mean, you've come this far. You've got a TV deal. You guys are very popular over on YouTube. Got a great website going. Got a good following. I go to all the shows. I know a number of people that go to each of the shows every single month. So you guys have come a long way in the last 14 years. What left do you think you have left to accomplish in the world of wrestling going forward?
Well, we want to run more events. We want to run bigger events. Mm-hmm. And it's a changing business. It's constantly changing. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, technology is changing, and it's funny how we got on broadcast television last year when we originated the concept of doing television online. So we sort of went backwards to go forwards in some respects. I think being on broadcast television. While it seems sort of a throwback, in reality, I think that it gives a company a certain level of credibility by being on broadcast TV. I don't know that it's 100% a necessity. I don't know how long it will last for us, but I think it's given us a certain sort of credibility. It gives us a certain kind of exposure that we wouldn't get otherwise. I am looking to shake things up talent-wise and looking to bring in a lot of new faces and looking to just give fans a better and better experience. I sort of approach wrestling like I think you should approach any kind, if you sell or make or produce any sort of a product. Mm-hmm. And that is, you always have to ask yourself one question, and that is, would I pay money to see this? And if you can't answer yes, then something's wrong. You got to go back to the drawing board. So, while I'm happy to be able to say that I'm able to answer yes virtually all of the time, I'm also always looking to sort of push the business forward and make it better on different levels. So you never know. I mean, we're looking at different things as far as technology goes, maybe possibly internet pay-per-view, or maybe you never know. Awesome, yeah, you got to keep your eyes and ears open on what the world is doing and sort of react accordingly. But right now, we just want to put out a really great product that our fans will enjoy, and whether they watch it on television, whether they see it online, or whether they come to our live events, we just want to put out the best product possible and really give a showcase to the guys that you're going to see and hear about, years down the line. So hopefully, if you're at all close to the area, you get a chance to come out and see the Iron 8. It really is a unique event, and something that is really quite an experience live. So we're hoping to see a lot of your listeners out there this Saturday night.
Absolutely. Like we said before, the Iron 8 show, Iron 8 tournament, this Saturday night right here in Beverly, Massachusetts at the Cove Community Center with a bell time of 7 p.m. It's going to be a great night. 4 fantastic matches leading up to the main event of the 45-minute four-way Iron 8 tournament finals to also crown a new NECW heavyweight champion. It's going to be a tremendous night. Going to be a very fun time. Tickets at the door, $20 online at NECW.TV, $15. So it's a great deal. Don't miss out on it. Sheldon, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a great time talking to you. Before we let you go, any social media networks that we can follow you guys on, Facebook, Twitter, and anywhere else?
Sure. On Facebook, we're at NECW Wrestling, all one word. On Twitter, you can find us at NECW, and make sure you visit our website, NECW.TV, and give us a shout, check us out, and we'd love to see you live and in person.
Absolutely. Like I said, this Saturday night, it's going to be a great show. Thank you, Sheldon, so much for joining us. It's been a great time, and I'll see you Saturday.
A great pleasure. I'm happy to do it anytime. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. See you Saturday. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
That was Sheldon, folks. Sheldon Goldberg, the promoter of New England Championship Wrestling. Thank you once again to him for joining us for a great interview. Like I said before, Iron 8 tournament this Saturday night right here in Beverly, Massachusetts. If you're listening to this from Endicott College, from Beverly, from anywhere in Massachusetts, make the drive over at the Cove Community Center, bell time 7 p.m. Great show. It's going to be awesome. The final show I will be able to go to before we get out of the semester in less than 2 weeks. RJ, can you believe it? We are out of here in less than 2 weeks.
Thank God.
Our freshman year is almost over.
Well, I'm a sophomore, actually, so.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I am.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
You serious?
I'm serious.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Is Jeff a sophomore too?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were freshmen.
No.
What the hell, man? My mind is blown. What the heck? I thought you guys were freshmen too. I thought Jeff was an upperclassman, but then I don't know. For some reason I thought because I thought Cam was a freshman.
He is.
So you guys are friends with him?
Because he's from my town, yeah.
Oh,
I know Cam since I was like a kid.
That makes sense.
Jeff's like technically a sophomore, but he just became a sophomore last semester because he transferred here.
Yeah.
So he was credits behind, but now he's a sophomore. But I've been here since last year, so.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
We just cleared the air right here on the air, WrestleRant Radio, folks. You get it here first. So once again, NECW did Saturday. Check it out. But going forward, a Monday Night Raw last night, Extreme Rules on Sunday. RJ, we got to talk about this first before anything else because we did quite a bit of basking this last Sunday, and I feel bad because it exceeded expectations. It was a pretty fun matchup. WeeLC on the pre-show. Yeah. Hornswoggle versus Torito. Did you enjoy it as much as I did?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. It was better than the Cena match.
Everything was.
Seriously, I was actually very surprised. I didn't think it was going to be that entertaining, but actually they actually had a lot of good spots in it.
They did.
It was probably one of the better pre-shows I've seen.
Absolutely. I think, and I made this comparison on Twitter right after the matchup, but I think it was the best pre-show matchup since the Usos versus The Shield. Money in the Bank last year, did you see that?
No.
No, it was a great matchup. But, definitely the best pre-show in the last few months.
Yeah,
for sure.
Seriously.
But, and then that's surprising considering it was El Torito and Hornswoggle, you know. But that being said, though, I thought it was a great matchup, great way to kick off the show. And even 3MP and Los Matadores involved themselves. They did a great job with all the TLC spots. I thought it was really good. And like you said, definitely one of the better pre-show matches in recent memory. And it's a shame that it didn't really carry over to the next night's Raw, the Cinco de Mayo Raw, when they had that lame segment. It's back to being stupid. We had this great matchup, and then they ruined anything about it by having that dumb segment.
Yep.
Even so, though, Extreme Rules itself was a very good pay-per-view, in my opinion. Of course, not as great as WrestleMania, but what can be at this point? I thought it was phenomenal. But Extreme Rules, though, is always awesome, in my opinion. I thought it exceeded expectations, being a great show. All the right people went over. There was one blemish on the entire show, and that was the matchup between John Cena and Bray Wyatt. We might as well address this now. Get the elephant out of the room.
It's not a blemish, it's an embarrassment. I was so mad. I knew you were going to get mad, and I was just sitting there, shaking my head
You said to me yesterday, and I quote, "This is one of the worst matches in WWE history."
Easily.
And it's very hard to
for being a main event, hyped match, it was possibly one of the worst. Literally, Cena could have got out, 100 times, but the Wyatts kept coming in,
He had the same spots over and over again.
And this made Bray Wyatt look so weak, and I feel WrestleMania was one thing, but now, he should have just won clean, but now he just looks weaker than ever.
Not even clean. I mean, we said last week we knew there was going to be interference.
Yeah, but not that much.
Yeah, exactly. Do one or two interference spots, and not a dozen.
Not bring them all in and pretty much screw them 100 times. The kid made it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. We got to talk about this. What do you think about the kid thing? I thought the
kid thing was so weird.
The chorus thing last week was good, so they're thinking, okay, we got a great reaction out of this. Let's take it to the next level by bringing this demon kid. I think they pushed it a little too far with that.
I thought, once he started walking out, I knew something was going to happen. I knew he wasn't going to walk out clean. I thought someone would come out and attack him.
Yeah.
I think a little kid with a freaking voice-over deep voice would scare Cena and lose.
Little Johnny, yeah.
That's stupid.
I'm glad it's not a regular thing, though. I was very afraid that we'd see him the next night on Raw and become the next member of the Wyatt family. I'm very glad that was a one-night thing, but it shouldn't have happened at all to begin with. You know what I mean? That was stupid. But even so, at least Wyatt went over. That's the important thing. But at what cost?
Exactly. They just blew his whole character.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see another Cena match, and I could care less. Please put on the pre-show.
It's really funny because if you go back and listen to the shows over the last 3 or 4 months, we've been really going back and forth on this. Initially, I thought this would be a terrible feud, not a feud for WrestleMania. but they did a great job going into WrestleMania with the promo, the legacy thing. Then the match itself sucked.
Then they did the same thing again, and the match sucked even more.
Exactly. It's weird. So the matches don't deliver.
So for payback, they should just hype it really badly, and hopefully
But I
don't want to see another one-on-one match again. So I don't know.
I don't know what they're gonna do because I know we're getting Evolution. We're getting all rematches from Extreme Rules pretty much. We're getting Kane versus Bryan from what it looks like, unless they blow it off on Raw, which I doubt it. And which it's rumored, and I mean, you take this with a grain of salt, but it's rumored to be a buried alive match.
I saw that should be good.
That, you do the Shield versus Evolution, which I would assume has a stip. I mean, I would think so. Maybe no holds barred or something.
It should be like elimination, probably.
Yeah, something like that. And then you have another stip.
Well, we don't know if Batista's still around.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure. I want to address this real quick, too, because I don't think he's leaving. I don't think, for one thing, that he was ever supposed to face Daniel Bryan at Payback. I don't think that was ever the plan, because I know we were talking about he's going to be leaving after Extreme Rules, and that makes sense. I don't believe all the BS that he turned down a spot to face Bryan for the title. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe I'm just being biased. But
but I feel like once he was in the Shield Evolution thing, they were going to run that for a while.
I don't know. I think that was just a one-time thing to begin with. I didn't think they were going to keep the Evolution thing going for a long time to come. Maybe when he comes back. Because I know they want to build towards Reigns versus Triple H, and that was very obvious at the end of last night's Raw. Like, they attacked him with everything, you know. But, Payback itself last year was very good. Last year we had the Chicago crowd. This year the same thing. We're bound to get the CM Punk chance again this year.
We got some last night. I'm like, we
did.
Up.
Especially during the, I think it was during Barrett's matchup. Someone said something to me that it was during Cesaro's matchup and or Barrett's. And both of those matches were good in my opinion. So I didn't really see any need. Like if it was like Santino versus Fandango, okay, maybe. They shouldn't be chanting it at all because he's not coming back anytime soon. We've established that before.
I'll ask you next week and ask GSM if she's coming back again.
He
gets that question every week.
Yeah, someone. I think the latest one came at Extreme Rules was that, what did they say? Did Kane versus Daniel Bryan close the show because CM Punk's going to come back because Kane screwed over CM Punk at the Royal Rumble? That's not happening. He's not going to come back during a lackluster Bryan versus Kane match. It was a very good matchup, but he wasn't going to come back to attack Kane, of all people. You know what I mean?
He's not coming back soon, people.
He's not coming back anytime soon, no.
So stop asking questions about CM Punk.
Yeah, exactly. But, other things from Extreme Rules itself, we just mentioned it before. The Shield versus Evolution. RJ, your thoughts?
Thought it was the best match of the night, and
one of the best of the year, in my opinion.
It highlighted the young talent of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. Very good, I thought.
Yeah,
got them over very big, and easily the best match of the night. And I don't know if I'm glad to see the feud keep going because I think no match could top how good that one was.
Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah,
it was just good to see the Shield get over and kind of like show the young talent that they really have.
Yeah, that was good stuff. I really enjoyed that matchup. I was a bit fearful at first because the match started out like a normal six-man tag team matchup, and it differed from every other Shield six-man, like the one with the Wyatts, that TLC won a couple years ago. Like, okay, is this going to be chaotic or what? And they did eventually
turn to that.
The match that went chaotic, and the match broke down soon afterwards. Went outside of the arena, not outside of the arena, but outside the ring into the crowd. Seth Rollins with that crazy off the rafters into Triple H or something like that. That was amazing. Great spot. And then in the ring, Roman Reigns beating Batista clean to pick up the win for his team, which I didn't see coming at all. But
good for Batista taking some clean wins.
Yeah, exactly. He tapped out clean to Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. If he was as selfish as people are saying he is, then I don't think he would have done the job, personally. But and it wouldn't have made any sense to do him versus Daniel Bryan. He just lost at WrestleMania. He lost at Extreme Rules.
It's not like he lost the title either, so it'd be like a rematch.
It's a very random matchup, so I don't know. I want to see it as a fan, but realistically speaking, it's better than Bryan versus Kane again. I mean, that was a good match, and we'll talk about that now. First of all, props to you for calling it, that it was going to be the main event. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Told you.
No one thought that was going to happen except for you. RJ raising a hand in victory right now. So it's good that the championship matchup closed the show. I mean, the six-man matchup was better, but the fact that the title closed the show was
gotta make the title important.
It did, definitely. It made up for the last few weeks when Bryan wasn't closing Raw. But let's talk about the matchup itself. I thought it was a very good matchup.
I thought it was a very good match too.
Very good matchup by Extreme Rules standards as well. They had a very good garbage matchup.
It's probably the most extreme match of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think
the forklift thing was cool, too.
Yeah, the forklift thing was something that they stole from Lesnar, but that's another time.
They stole from what?
Brock Lesnar.
Did they?
At Judgment Day 03, used on Big Show, doing the stretcher match. Did the same spot, too. He got on top of the forklift, but he jumped off and knocked out Big Show, but same thing. But I think like these Kane and Daniel Bryan matches is gonna be, if they do have the Buried Alive match, it's kind of like the feud they kind of have with Shane McMahon and Kane. Like they're not really good. Like their matches are like good, like just decent if it's just 1-on-1. But like they need like the extra. Step, they need like the extra thing to make it more interesting, like the Shane McMahon Kane matches that they had, like the Last Man Standing they had, and then the ambulance match. This could pretty much be the same thing, but Buried Alive. I think the Buried Alive match would be good. Obviously, I think Daniel Bryan would obviously get over. I don't think.
Yeah, no, Kane's not taking. No.
But still a good threat. Last night on Raw, they had like their usual like Kane weird like.
Yeah, that was
it's always they always have that though with Kane. So I knew it was gonna happen, but like that's how they built his monster character, kind of being like a weird creep kind of thing. But
just the fact that Daniel Bryan ran away too. I mean, he came out and he got out of the car to check on Kane, and then he got back up, and then he got back into the car and left.
Well, like, what's he gonna do?
Weird. What?
What's he gonna do?
Well, either you drive off after you hit the guy, or when you go check up on him, you go beat him down again.
I thought he was gonna back into him.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah,
he just drove off.
He just, I don't know.
That was a little weird.
His wife was with him, that's why.
Yeah, his wife was with him. That's a good excuse. He
didn't want her to be,
to be terrified.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind the feud. I thought it'd be a lot worse, but I thought the match at Extreme was very good. And
the feud's been decent. Yeah, not too bad at all.
But I feel like Stephanie McMahon's like involvement's so annoying.
Why is she? I mean, why would Daniel Bryan have any reason to trust her at all?
Exactly.
After everything that happened.
Obviously, he doesn't. They're just trying to make us seem like he does.
Yeah,
obviously, he doesn't.
Yeah. They just need to keep her on TV for something. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't really necessarily want to see a rematch at Payback.
I do.
mean, you do?
If it's Buried Alive,
that's exactly it. I mean, there's no one to fight right now because they have everyone else booked. Then after Payback, it's going to be fresh, hopefully. And I don't believe the reports. There was a report today, and I mean report in quotation marks, that the Bray Wyatt Cena feud was continuing past Payback, and I don't believe that.
No chance.
I had no way.
If it does, WWE will be like, I don't know how it can.
It's been going on since the Rumble in January. Remember?
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
It's been like going on, but like hasn't been like matches, thank God. But
yeah.
But still, like it's been a while. They've been pushing this thing out as long as. If it goes on to Money in the Bank, I'll be like, give it up.
It can't be.
It could technically because they might.
If WWE wants to, they will.
They can because they can just put them both in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And then maybe one screws the other one wins it, and then they fight at SummerSlam. They could pull this thing out freaking all year long.
If they wanted to, yeah. I hope not. Because the matches aren't good.
Their matches are so bad. I feel like their chemistry sucks.
Like, after WrestleMania, I mean, okay, it's one match. Maybe the next match will be better. It's two bad matches in a row.
I think it's just because I feel like the involvement with the Wyatts make it suck even more. Because you,
they're going to interfere.
Yeah, exactly.
And the steel cage it's pointless because the whole point of the steel cage was to keep out the Wyatt family.
And they got it.
They interfered more freaking times in that match than they did at WrestleMania. That made no sense at all.
Exactly. They should be banned from ringside like they used to do.
Yeah, exactly. Where is all the logic in this?
Where's the general manager?
There's no GMs anymore because now it's just the authority in charge. The GMs, the value of that position has been gone for.
Brad Maddox is still a GM.
Yeah. Is that guy still even alive, and where is he? But there was that. So we had those three top matches at Extreme Rules. In terms of other matches, we have Bad News Barrett as the new Intercontinental Champion. Did you think it was the right move to put the title on Barrett?
If they're going to do anything meaningful with it in there.
Well, here's the thing, too, because, I mean, Bad News, the whole Bad News thing, I mean, it started out really stupid.
No, what I don't get is they should keep the Bad News, gimmick, but not have his name Bad News Barrett.
Yeah,
keep him as Wade Barrett.
Keep it, or even Wade Bad News Barrett as a nickname,
just
you know what
Wade
I mean?
Wade Barrett, not Bad News. I feel like Bad News, how can you, take him serious as Bad News
No,
Barrett?
Absolutely. I think he should be a world champion, but he can't be with that moniker.
No, they're going to have to drop the Bad News if you want.
They'll
have
him.
To.
At some point. They will.
They drop everyone's name lately.
Yeah, Rusev, Big E, Cesaro.
I erupted last night when they seduced from Russia. And now he's Rusev. I was
Vladimir Putin.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. He sucks too. But.
They're gonna bring back Vladimir Kozlov.
Exactly. No, Kozlov.
What?
They did that to him too. I think they just cut down the Kozlov.
No, it was Vladimir Kozlov, I think. But that'd be funny if they brought him back to do a monster Russian stable. I could see that. I could see them doing that.
They could. I could see it.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice tag team.
It's better though. It's better that they're doing him from Russia now. That they're hailing him from Russia because the whole Bulgaria thing. And he actually is from Bulgaria, but it made no sense because, like you said, Lana speaks Russian, and it makes no sense at all. So at least they're doing that. That's better. The squash match was what it was. Barrett. Going back to Barrett though, the thing with Barrett and the reason I'm happy. With the Bad News Barrett thing. I mean, it's not a main event gimmick, of course, but it's the first time he's getting a reaction since the Nexus days.
Yeah.
Because the core thing bombed. The brawler thing had potential, but they didn't book it correctly, and it wasn't getting a reaction at all.
He got hurt too.
What?
He got hurt.
Yeah,
too.
he got hurt a few times, so that definitely hindered it. And whatever else he had, the Barrett barrage thing definitely did not get over either. I thought that was nice, but they didn't do anything with it. So at least this is getting a reaction. He got a good reaction when he won the championship on Sunday. A good match from him and Big E on Monday. And I don't blame Big E at all. It's just the booking of his character in the title in the last few months. And whether the title will be prestigious going forward, I mean, it remains to be seen. I'm not going to praise it and say that the title is now saved due to Wade Barrett.
No.
You got to give it time. And the same thing with Sheamus, too. I mean, let's talk about this.
Oh, my God. I was so pissed Sheamus won.
So the opening match of Raw last night, it was announced a couple hours beforehand that we're going to be having a 20-man battle royal to determine, for the U.S. Championship. Ambrose should be involved. It wasn't like he was stripped of the title. So, and I've been saying this for a while now. It made no sense for Ambrose to have the championship when the Authority could just say, hey, we're taking the title off of you. We'll put him in a title match, stack the odds against him. They did that last week on SmackDown. He retained, but they did it again on Raw, 20-man battle royal. And it was a good battle royal. My enthusiasm kind of dwindled by the end because all the guys like Ziggler, Sandow, everyone that I wanted / thought would win got out.
Yeah. Once Sheamus was left, I was like, he might win, but I thought like the Shield would. They said that they had his back, so I figured he wouldn't lose. But I guess it's good that it's off Ambrose, but just I feel like they just gave the Sheamus because he has nothing else to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He has nothing else to do right now. He hasn't had anything else to do. He said that in his interview afterwards, that he hasn't done anything in about a year or so. So
he was on the freaking pre-show panel.
Yeah. He goes from the pre-show to being U.S. champion the next night. I thought it was pretty funny. But and I heard a rumor that he fell asleep during the Rusev matchup. Did you hear that?
Probably, because the Rusev match sucks.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Like, but the thing is, now that they have new champions, they just have to book them right, and then hopefully.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think all their champions right now are perfect. With the Usos as champion,
where were they
champions,
last night?
They were on Superstars or something. Same thing with Paige. They took him off the show.
Paige was on last night too, I thought.
No, she wasn't on last night. She was on Superstars too.
They didn't have a Diva match last night? I think she was on last night.
No.
I want to say she was.
Paige wasn't on last night. She was at Extreme Rules. I don't think so. I didn't think there was a Divas match last night. I don't know.
Thank God.
Yeah, but so I like all the champions right now. Paige, you got the Usos, you got Sheamus, Barrett, and Daniel Bryan. I think we got great champions, so you just need to book them properly, that's all. But the thing with Sheamus, though, is that he's a former world champion, so he's got credibility instantly. And he's going to be defending the title this Friday night on SmackDown against who? It remains to be seen. But the thing with Sheamus, so like you said, he has nothing else to do. But I thought it was really interesting that the match came down to two faces, to Sheamus and Dean Ambrose.
So they say he's going to go heel.
Yeah, because it definitely based off his post-match interview. And they could have easily just had to eliminate Ambrose, towards the end or even in the beginning, and then have it come down to Sheamus and, I don't know, Ryback or something, you know what I mean? But they had to come down to them two. And he got booed when he won the championship. Not like loudly booed, but he got booed. Yeah. So with him as U.S. champion, it's been speculated for a while now that he will be turning heel in the very near future. And I believe he will be. I mean, it makes sense. He's done everything there is to do as a face. He's boring as a face. He works much better as a heel. So it could be entertaining, And also this, too, I want to ask you this. Do you see a title unification match happening between Barrett and Sheamus at some point down the line?
I hope not.
You hope not? I mean, do you want one or do you see one?
I don't. I don't want either. I don't want to see one, and I don't want one to happen.
You don't see one happening?
No.
No?
I want them to keep both titles separate. And
well, I mean, if they book them properly, then fine, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then I feel like I said, then there's less direction for other people if there's no titles.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Well, the thing is with the two championships, I mean, with Ambrose, if they unified him, it wouldn't have mattered because he never defended that damn thing at all. So now that the championship is off of him, now it's on Sheamus, and if he defends it more regularly in a feud or whatever with whoever, I'd be fine with that. So that's cool. So they don't need to unify them.
Who's he wrestling on SmackDown?
They never said. They just said he was in a U.S. title match. So I don't know.
Check the spoilers.
Yeah, I checked the spoilers. I think it's being recorded as we speak. So by the time we're done, we could probably find out. But, other things on Raw last night. We had The Shield versus the Wyatts, another very good matchup from them. We already kind of talked about Evolution versus The Shield happening at Payback. What really else happened last night? We didn't have much.
Rusev fought
Kofi Kingston. Someone messaged me today, said, why is Rusev beating up on black people? Xavier Woods, R-Truth, and Kofi.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I feel like he's just fighting all the low mid-card guys.
Yeah, he faced Zack Ryder, so it's not racist, but...
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was funny,
I'm trying to think about what's Kurt, Ryback wrestled Cody Rhodes, lost again.
Yeah, they're building that feud. So
yeah, still building that.
I want to see, like you said, I want to see that till SummerSlam, but I doubt it at this point. They'll probably blow it off at Payback.
Cesaro fought RVD again.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be continuing that feud too. They had a good match last night, better than the last one in my opinion. The DQ finish kind of set up a rematch for whenever it might be. And it's not the best feud in the world, but it keeps Cesaro busy for the meantime, because if they continue to build him up, he got a good win on Sunday against RVD and Swagger. I thought that was an entertaining match.
Swagger sucks. They need to get rid of him.
Yeah, now he's feuding. Well, we'll talk about Adam Rose in a minute. Now he's feuding with Adam Rose.
Ooh.
But
hate Adam Rose.
But what was I going to say? What were we talking about?
How bad Raw was.
No, there was something on Raw. We were talking about
Curtis.
Cesaro and RVD. That's what we were going to talk about. So yeah, that feud for the meantime.
It's a feud, but like
it's a filler feud because they don't have much for Cesaro right now, and he's lost momentum since WrestleMania.
They did recognize that he won the Andre the Giant Memorial.
Yes, Paul Heyman said that. Did he say that in his promo last week? Or
I know Michael Cole said it. Michael Cole said it, but still, like.
Yeah, at least they finally made mention of it, and it wasn't a complete afterthought. But yeah, if they continue to build that, he should be on the right track in the incoming weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. But let's talk about this real quick. Last night we had the arrival of the Exotic Express on Monday Night Raw. Adam Rose is on WWE Raw. RJ, you said it sucked. Can you please elaborate?
It's because his, like, I'm not gonna say him as a performer is bad. It's just his gimmick is so cheesy and has been done so many times.
It's Fandango-esque.
It's Fandango-esque, Too Cool-esque, all these dancing gimmicks.
Brodus Clay.
Funkasaurus. The Heartthrobs. Brought the Heartthrobs.
Yes. We had him on the show a couple months ago, too, by the way.
I was thinking of other people that had dancing gimmicks. I thought of them. Rikishi. Like, all these people have done the same exact crap. And it eventually dies, and then they get put to low card. Then they get to be Jason Alberts on NXT. So, pretty much... I guess he's good for now, but he'll be gone in 3 months.
Yeah,
he'll be superstar first match in 4 months against Fandango.
Yeah.
Like it just like I'm not gonna diss him as a performer. Like I've seen him wrestle as Leo Kruger and he was good.
He's a very good wrestler.
But just like the WWE, Vince McMahon loves the dance gimmicks. I don't know
why.
He
gets a bone over the dance gimmicks.
I don't understand why they're not entertaining. I don't think kids think they're entertaining.
Yeah. And
it's just like after the whole Brodus Clay crap, we've seen the same crap. Fandango came out. Like we've had 3 dancing gimmicks the last. This never gets over, so I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like an annual thing at this point.
And these guys have never won titles, so it's not gonna like. I don't even think it'll justify them, but I guess I'd rather see Bo leave out there. Obviously,
he's coming at some point too.
And I feel like even though his gimmick's kind of cheesy, it is cheesy.
They debuted new music for him last week in NXT too.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I don't mind him as much as I did mind him. I hate him as just Bo Dallas, but the Bo leave thing can kind of grow on me, I guess. But I'm not a big Adam Rose person, and. Hopefully his feud with Swagger does not make a pay-per-view. Maybe pre-show.
We'll see. Yeah, maybe the pre-show.
My boy Big Hoss on Jack Swagger. He sucks, too.
Yeah.
God.
But, the fan in me loves Adam Rose. I loved Adam Rose from the moment that he debuted in NXT a couple months ago. The fact they brought him up in 2 months' time was amazing. I mean, he was a Leo Kruger for the longest time and never was brought up to the main roster. Now he's finally on the main roster as Adam Rose. But I like him, and the fan in me loves Adam Rose. Like you said, realistically, though, it's not going to last. It's going to be Fandango within the next few months. I would love to see them prove me wrong, but I can definitely see what you guys are talking about. What did you say last night? In a month's time, he's going to be staler than month-old bread or something like that?
He'll be staler in a month, and he'll be in a month to be staler than a week-old bread.
No
one will give 2 shits about him.
Yeah, so for right now, I'm enjoying it. Right now, or tonight, I think he was on Main Event with... he did some dancing stick and during one of Jack Swagger's matches, which I thought was hilarious. But
that's stupid. Like it's just little things that we've seen already. It's not that it's stupid. We've just seen it so much.
It's been done to death.
It's basically like taking John Cena and throwing down his throat for the 100th millionth time. Yeah. At least lately, I don't know. People try to say like it's his fault that him and Bray Wyatt's matches suck, which I don't think it's his fault at all.
No. But the chemistry's not there.
Yeah, but
chemistry's not there. It's not.
I just think it's just something that we've seen so much that it's like I'm so sick of dancing gimmicks.
Yeah.
These guys are not over. And they might be good wrestlers, but they just keep feeding these guys on our throat. And I'm sick of this dancing shit.
This dancing shit.
Well, you go be a dancer. Go play in the Go to Broadway and dance. I don't want to see you on WWE every week.
I hear you. But the thing with Adam Rose, we said this before, in comparison to Brodus Clay, and this came to my mind today, so I want to discuss this. Brodus Clay, in my opinion, before the whole Funkasaurus thing, and even now in NXT, I thought he is a very good heel. Obviously, a much better heel than he was as a face. But when he first came out as a Funkasaurus, I was pissed because they were setting him up as a monster. They were, hyping him up as a monster thing, and it came out as this joke in a dancing suit and a jumpsuit. All that.
He's a joke still as a heel.
Well, I mean, because they booked his heel turn terribly, and he was. This is the thing, because they kept him as a Funkasaurus for too long. That died within a year because 1, they didn't book him right. 2, they killed any momentum that he had, and when he finally died out, when he had every inch, any ounce of momentum left, then they turned him heel, and he still lost, and it was a joke. So the thing with Adam Rose, who do you prefer more, Leo Kruger or Adam Rose?
Probably Leo Kruger, but that Kruger, I feel like his gimmick would get old too eventually. But
no, I think I like Leo Kruger too. And I was pissed when he changed his gimmick, but when I saw Adam Rose, I was really entertained by it. That I didn't really mind it all that much. But if they keep Adam Rose like Adam Rose for the next year or so, then they can transform him. They can turn him heel, but hopefully they don't wait too long before he's dead. You know what I mean?
But once they turn him heel, it'll just be Adam Rose heel again. I don't think they're gonna just change his whole character.
They might. I don't know. They've done it before. So, with Curtis Axel, not necessarily a heel turn, but they've changed characters. Fandango, they just do a complete gimmick overhaul. They just take him off TV and he comes back as Leo Kruger.
And everyone goes, yeah, remember when he was Adam Rose dancing with a bunny and shit? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I mean, Big Show was always a joke too, and he turned into a monster, and he's turned heel face like 25 times.
Yeah, but it's always been the Big Show.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's a marquee name, so it's a little different than Adam
Marquee
Rose.
name.
Big Show, he's a marquee name.
More like a waste of space.
Where's Big Show lately? He's on the pre-show.
I was about to say he's on the pre-show with Sheamus and Alex Riley.
So, in the final few minutes, we'll talk about this real quick. Last week, did you hear about the NXT releases?
Yeah,
So, among the releases, we got 5 people. I'll just talk about the
Mason
4
Ryan.
Yeah, Mason Ryan, Danny
Later,
Burch. Danny Burch, we had Oliver Gray and Shell Guerrero, the daughter of Vicky. I never really liked her to begin with. She was on NXT a couple years ago, re-signed, and then left again. So I don't really know what the point of that was. And she wasn't really a good worker to begin with, so I couldn't care less about that. And then we also had Danny Burch, an enhancement talent, whatever. Oliver Gray came back after a year-long injury release. That made no sense. And then Mason Ryan. Mason Ryan, I think we've talked about a few times here on the show for whatever reason. He is just a body. He is a body.
He's Batista that can't work.
Yeah, exactly. And
he sucks on the mic, too.
It's amazing, too.
God.
He's been in the company for so long.
I was going to say, I feel like I was a little shocked because I feel like they've worked on him so much. And then
Nexus, he was a star down in FCW. He was their champion for a long time. He was in NXT for a while. Did not improve at all. And then they turned him face for a while for that short period of time, feud with Ziggler, and that was it. And he never recovered on the main roster.
He'll be like EC3 on TNA. He'll be like
EC3?
He'll be the next big thing at TNA.
Yeah,
I can't believe they did that. That guy sucks.
Him and Rob Terry are going to be the next tag team over in TNA, the Welsh. Is Rob Terry Welsh? I think so. I don't know. He's something along those lines. But I could see them being a tag team over in TNA. But even so, sayonara to Mason Ryan. But NXT last week, did you watch it?
I watched it, obviously, yes.
I thought it was a great show and the best show last week overall. I thought it was better than Raw.
I can't really think of anything that happened good on Raw, so probably, but I'm trying to think who wrestled.
We had Tyson Kidd versus Bo Dallas. I thought that was a good matchup. We had Bayley versus Sasha Banks. I thought that was a great match. I like the tournament for the NXT Women's title.
I feel like Charlotte's going to win, though.
She probably will.
Like Ric Flair's daughter. Who cares?
She can't wrestle, but...
I'd rather see Sasha Banks win, but...
Yeah, I'd rather have Bayley win. Bayley's my favorite. Bayley, you see the new inflatable tube thing? I love Bayley.
Her. She's okay. Bayley? She's a little cheesy.
Yeah, the gimmick's a little goofy, but she's a very good worker, so I love her.
I'd rather have Emma or Sasha Banks win, but...
Oh, yeah, I'd love to have Emma win. I don't know if she's like main roster NXT right now.
So she probably won't win, but I don't know. I like Sasha Banks. I think she's good.
Yeah, me too.
She used 2 different finishes last week. She used a regular one and then tapped out
Sasha?
Bayley.
Yeah, that was impressive. Yeah,
and then Danny Burch fought some clown.
Yeah, he was released. Yeah,
who did he fight?
Adam Rose, I think?
Yeah, I think he did.
Adam Rose, yeah. Then Camacho beat up the bunny or something at ringside.
No, he beat up the luchador guy.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was so funny. And then in the main event, we had Neville versus Clay for the NXT title.
I don't get, Bruce Clay is so bad.
They tried to rejuvenate him, and then that lasted all of a month, and then he's gone. They beat him in 8 minutes.
I'm not a big fan of, what's-his-face either.
Adrian Neville? We talked about it last week, too. He's not going to be anything much in in WWE when they eventually call him up. But even still though, I think he's a very good wrestler. He just can't be. I don't think he's even mid-card material in WWE given his size. I mean, he's a great worker, but his mic skills
he's just a glorified cruiserweight.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's like the next Evan Bourne probably.
Where's he been for the last 5?
Yeah, and he's still.
Where's he been the last 3 years?
He's been. I don't know.
I think he's been hurt. I literally think he literally comes back from Money in the Bank and gets hurt every year.
He hasn't been on TV in like 2.5 years. Literally 2.5 years.
I don't think it's been that long.
Yeah, it has been because he got injured in the whole thing with Air Boom. They dropped the titles in like early 2012, and then
I'll literally look right now. I swear to God, he was last year at Money in the Bank.
I'm telling you, no, he wasn't there. In Money in the Bank, he was not in Money in the Bank. The last time he was on TV was in 2012.
I'll look right now.
Look ahead, go right ahead.
Prove you wrong. I swear he came back.
I'm telling you.
Evan Bourne.
But even still, though, in miscellaneous notes, Legends House last week I thought was the best episode yet. Would you agree?
It was good. I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, yeah, it was good. The whole advertisement.
The commercial thing, yeah. That and the
Me and Gene's crew should have won, but they got screwed. Jimmy Hart's team should have won.
He was hilarious. He's like, he pressed the button.
His was way funnier. Like, there's if I wanted to advertise, I'd rather have that. Like, the other one was so dumb, and I feel like those clowns.
The flamingos, yeah.
Yeah, the clowns that they brought in the judge were, like, just two idiots.
Yeah. That was so funny. And then Pat Patterson was making, like, blowjob jokes and stuff during when they were at the car washes. I thought was hilarious, but... Yeah, Legends House was good. NXT was good. Yeah, overall, WWE Network, we said every single
Last time Evan Bourne wrestled, he returned on March 28, 2013, in an NXT live event defeating Rami Saibe. I don't know who the hell that is, and is yet to return to television.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been on TV in 2.5 years.
Dude, 2013. That's not 2000.
NXT live event that's not televised. I'm talking about TV on, Raw. You know what I mean?
He broke his foot in a car accident in 2012.
Yeah, on his birthday, too.
Let's see.
Yeah,
probably drunk driving.
Yeah, he got suspended twice within the course of 2 months. You remember that? Evan Bourne. He got suspended once for doing fake marijuana or something. Got suspended again 2 months later, and they had to drop the tag titles because of it. That was hilarious. But yeah, that's NXT. That's Legends House. Total Divas. Did you watch it this week?
Have you watched it yet? I'm trying to think what happened. Yeah, I saw it.
What did happen?
They went to get got her dressed for the wedding.
Oh yeah.
Then they didn't they had all that stupid stuff, and then what's her face? Naomi got the birth control thing or some stupid shit.
Yeah. She's one of the better characters in the show, but that was a little weird.
And Fandango and Summer Rae got into it.
That was awkward.
Awkward as shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it was one of the worst episodes of Total Diva. I hate how they had it on and the pay-per-view was on.
They did it with WrestleMania. They took it off for the night of WrestleMania because they figured no one's going to watch it. But they did it during Extreme Rules, and they got a bad rating because of it.
But Extreme Rules wasn't that bad because it got over at 10:45, and then the replay was on 11. So.
Oh yeah, good point. I didn't think of that. I didn't think about that. I just watched it later.
Raw wasn't. Raw was alright, but.
Yeah, I mean the payback. Itself
I don't know why Cena wasn't there. That was weird.
Cena. Yeah, he was on main event tonight instead.
What's every champion that wasn't on Raw main event tonight?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Did he wrestle or was he just there?
No, he was just talking about Bray Wyatt or something like that.
Kill the feud, please.
But yeah, Payback itself setting up to be a okay show. If the build is
okay, they haven't even made a match yet.
I mean, the match is from what it looks like, Shield versus Evolution. If it's what we think it will be a decent show.
It'll be a decent show, I think.
It could be bad if they don't do the build right, but we'll see.
I think they've learned their mistakes of bad building.
Yeah, hopefully. I would hope so. They got good champions right now. They got good storylines going, for the most part, except for Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
Like I said, they should have brought back Judgment Day and made that instead of fucking Payback. But
Judgment Day was great.
Exactly, and that was and those the ones that end feuds. Feuds ended at Judgment Day.
They always did.
And now Payback's the end.
Yeah, they just
it's a watered down version of Judgment Day.
Yeah,
but I'm excited for Money in the Bank. That should be fun. Money in the Bank's always a good pay-per-view, so I can't wait for that.
It always is, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I don't get that's end. I want to say that's the last pay-per-view before. No, what's after Money in the Bank? It's
Money in the Bank. Battleground.
Then SummerSlam.
Yes.
I was gonna say I thought Money in the Bank then SummerSlam, but Money in the Bank's end of June, which would make sense. It wouldn't be a 2 month.
Yeah, I mean it's better in July in my opinion.
What?
But, Money in the Bank.
But they had Battleground.
No, yeah, I know. I don't know why they didn't get rid of Battleground. That was just a dumb pay-per-view.
I don't remember even what happened. I don't think I've seen...
That was Battleground last year?
I don't think I saw it.
It was terrible. That was the only pay-per-view I didn't watch. It was so bad. Because it was about to go live, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be a bad show, so I didn't watch it, and it was terrible. They had Big Show interfere in the WWE title main event between Bryan and Orton, and it went to a no contest. in a pay-per-view main event. It was ridiculous. It was a terrible show.
The Battlegrounds, July 20th.
Yeah.
I don't even remember I feel like out of all the pay-per-views, I don't think I've seen Payback either.
Payback last year was pretty good.
Yeah, but I was at school, so I probably didn't even watch it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
You know, because I'm a sophomore.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
Breaking news on WrestleRant Radio. RJ is a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen.
And last year was the first year they had Payback. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll look at the results.
Calling right now, Punk will be back at the end of Payback, beating up Daniel Bryan to take back his world title. Also on that show, Adam Rose will become. He will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase to become the new world champion.
At Payback?
Yes.
He'll get them Money in the Bank. Before.
Yeah. He'll be granted a title shot.
Yeah, I don't think Wait. Did Cena F you Ryback through the ambulance?
Yes, at Payback. Yeah, that was Payback last year.
Then I did see that. Then
yeah, wasn't a bad show. I thought it was okay. I thought it was very good actually, especially with the Chicago crowd. This year should be interesting though. So
yeah.
I was on the phone right now, but anyway, folks, that was WrestleRant Radio. We're talking Raw. We're talking a whole bunch of different things here on WrestleRant Radio. Raw, Extreme Rules. Thanks once again to Sheldon Goldberg for coming on tonight for a great interview. Like I said before, NECW, the Iron 8 tournament this Saturday night at 7 p.m. bell time right here, the Cove Community Center here in Beverly, Massachusetts. Check it out. RJ, what is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Who's calling you that's so important?
People. I got people that call me.
You got your peeps? Got your peeps
calling?
That doesn't matter.
Come scoop us here. Shut up.
What?
Nothing.
What you talking about? Oh.
But,
yeah.
Hopefully Payback does have the Barry Line match. That's a good match. But
Payback should be... It could be more Extreme Rules than Extreme Rules. If every one of those rematches has a step, Buried Alive, elimination for the 6-man.
They should do Cena versus Bray in a Hell, but they won't.
In a what?
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, yeah.
But they won't because they have the stupid pay-per-view on Hell in a Cell, which is so dumb.
Hell in a Cell, TLC.
Like, that's so dumb.
Elimination Chamber, yeah.
But the Elimination Chamber is not bad because that's like...
It's a good match, and it's one match. Hell in a Cell, they have like 2 or 3 of that.
They just literally... I don't get why they take all the good pay-per-views and water them down with these stupid...
They don't mean anything anymore. The Hell in a Cell match doesn't mean anything anymore because they watered it down to the point where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they had Unforgiven back.
Unforgiven was a great show, too.
All the old names literally could come back besides Money in the Bank, and I would love it all.
Absolutely.
Like, No Way Out, I think it was better than stupid Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. And you can go back and watch all those pay-per-views on the WWE Network. What pay-per-view do you suggest I watch next?
Next?
Yes. I was going to watch ECW One Night Stand from like 05-06.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think.
To suggest to me and the viewers. Because there's really nothing like in this month that I can think of. Because I watched Extreme Rules 2012 the other day, which was great. That was a great show.
Survivor Series 03 was very good.
Was it?
Yeah.
03? What happened in 03?
It was like Buried Alive and Vince and Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, right.
Shane versus Kane Ambulance.
Yeah.
Team Angle versus Team Lesnar.
Yep.
I don't know who the champions were, but
I'm thinking, because it's the month of May, it makes sense. And I was thinking about this the other day.
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring. Well, watch a Judgment Day pay-per-view.
I love... you can watch any of the Judgment Days.
Yeah, which one? I was looking back. I think it went from 09 to 08. Or 09. No, wait. I'm sorry. 99 to 99. 99 to 09, I think.
I know 03 was good. Lesnar was in that one. 02 was good. I don't want to say that was 02. Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan was a good one. Because they had Kurt Angle versus Edge in a shaved head match. That's a good one, too.
Oh, yeah, right.
02. I'll say 02. Judgment Day 02. All the Judgment Days are good besides the before they started watering them down with the PG era.
Yeah.
Watch the Ruthless
Aggression ones.
Exactly. Watch the early Ruthless Aggression ones. Don't watch the newer ones. Those ones kind of suck. But
yeah, exactly. Or
watch any of the Money in the Banks. They all are good.
The Money in the Bank pay-per-views, every single one
year has been great.
2010 was very good. 2011 was my favorite. 2012 was good, too. Last year's was awesome, so I'm looking forward to this year's pay-per-view. You very well might be there.
I might.
It's in Boston, right?
Seriously,
the Garden.
I might go.
I'm in Connecticut. Wait, you live here in Massachusetts, right?
Obviously, it's the best state in the country.
I live in Connecticut, so...
Gotta plug the Massachusetts.
I'll be back home in CT the next night, hopefully for Raw, because they'll be in Raw the next night on June 30th, and I'll be right along with the Exotic Express on Monday night.
Jump on and follow.
Yeah.
I'll be running the radio show by myself next day.
Yeah. So that being said, we'll be back next week, our final live show here on Endicott campus. I'm going to try to do it from home, like podcast version or something. It won't be live, but It will be what it will be, but we will not be doing it here on campus until September.
Perfect.
Maybe
late August. I don't want to scroll stars.
Yeah, we'll see. But last show next week, a 25th edition, so it's monumental as heck.
Monumental, folks.
Monumental, historic. It's going to be a huge milestone. Hopefully, Jeff Stone.
I know the seat's so empty. I feel lonely.
What happened? He wasn't here last week either.
Kid is he's on a hiatus right now.
He's on hiatus, yeah. Hopefully he'll be back in the next week. He better be back next week. It's our last show. Maybe even get an appearance from Cam, too. So before we go off the air, RJ, your obligatory shout-outs, plug, go.
I need to make sure I get everyone. John Keane, Shannon, Molly, Gum, Tim, Jeff, Cam, Mandini, Brian Sussingham. I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone, but if I'm forgetting you, I probably there's 10 people and
everybody on campus.
Yeah, and then at Twitter at Raymond_Marceau. Got my blog on there, my YouTube channel, so check it out, and at WrestleRant as well. Got plug Massachusetts as well.
Yeah,
best state in the country.
Follow Massachusetts. Just come to Mass.
Exactly.
It's great.
The Commonwealth, yes, please.
So, that being said, folks, we will be back here next Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 Central Time for more Raw Talk. And like I said, the final show here on campus for 2014, the spring season of 2014, freshman year for me, and apparently sophomore year for RJ. So, like RJ said before, the Twitter, WrestleRant, Facebook, Graham, Jason Matthews, YouTube, same thing, and Bleacher Report, same thing. We will be back next Tuesday night, like I said before, gotta keep saying it, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 Central Time, with more Raw Talk and everything else in between. Make sure to join us. It's gonna be great. And also, make sure to have a great Mother's Day as well.
Yeah,
it's a great holiday. Yeah. It's the best day of the year. So with that being said, we will close you out with the best theme possible, and a very fitting theme from that. Happy Mother's Day from yours truly, Mr. T. Did you see the Hall of Fame ceremony?
No.
No? So you didn't get the joke then?
Good, thank God. Mr. T.
The audio that I played at the start of the show, when they played that last night on Raw, I thought it was hilarious. But that being said, folks, we will be back next week with more Raw Talk. WrestleRant Radio. Thanks for joining us, folks. Happy Mother's Day. This is Graham, Jason Matthews.
Signing off.
Wait for it. Signing out. Till next week, folks. See you then.